Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh, and welcome to the Ultimate Productive Bees Guide. Productive Bees is a resource generation mod. Bees can create anything from iron, coal, redstone, even diamonds, netherite, and nether stars. If you are new to the channel, please give that subscribe button a little go. And if you're looking for something specific, I've added timestamps, so feel free to skip ahead. Getting bees. So, how do we get bees? Well, you can catch them in world using bee cages, fish them from the oceans and rivers, breed them up from other bees, or some of them using some unconventional methods. Don't forget about the Productive Bees Villager. Their job block is one of these advanced beehives, and their trades are super useful. They include a bee spawn egg at their master level, pollination and hives. Bees need a pollination block or item to produce combs. For example, an iron bee needs either a block of iron, an iron ore block, a block of raw iron bars, all of the things that you can think of to do with iron. Bees live in nests or hives. This mod adds an advanced beehive and even an expansion box, so more bees can share the same hive. These advanced beehives have their own inventory. They can hold upgrades too, that let you speed up the bees going in and out of the hive, increase the amount of combs that are produced. They can breed bees together whilst they're inside the hive. They can extract DNA from the bees. They can even simulate the bees working without the bees even having to leave. The ultimate upgrade is the Omega upgrade. It simulates bees, it produces comb blocks instead of combs, which is 4 times the output, and yes, they stack. If you're using simulation upgrades, place the pollinating item in front of the hive. A hive can have many types of bees. Need multiple pollination items? Use a feeding slab. It holds 3 items, and since it's a slab, you can stack 2 of them on top of each other in the same block, or 6 total slots. It needs to go directly in front and under this slit in the hive. This is essential for those bees out there that have an item as their pollinating item. Now you've got all of these combs, what do you do with them? Combs are processed in one of 3 centrifuges. Centrifuge number 1. This can take speed upgrades and speedier upgrades. Speedier upgrades are ridiculously quick. The powered centrifuge is slightly faster but requires FE. The honey generator can help here. The heated centrifuge is the fastest. It can process blocks of combs, however, it will not produce any wax. This is perfect when paired with the Omega upgrade, which produces blocks. All centrifuges also output their fluids, and yes, some combs produce more than just honey. Breeding bees. Bees need time to breed naturally. The bee breeder lets you use caged bees and their breeding items to breed more of the same bees together, or to discover new species. Always remove the baby bee, or it won't produce another. If multiple outcomes exist, for example, copper, tin, and iron, swap the bees in and out until you get the one you want. And yes, the breeder can be automated. And with the speedier upgrades, they are fast. New bees, when they are produced, are child bees. These bees cannot be bred until they become adult bees. You can use an incubator with 20 honey treats to grow a bee instantly. Bees inherit traits from their parents. They can never get worse traits than what their parents had. Speaking of traits, good segue. Each bee has 6 traits. Those traits are species, what kind of combs they will make. Productivity, how many combs they will make. Weather tolerance, rain or storm resistant. Behavior, will they work during the day, the night, or both? Endurance, maximum health. Temper, hostility level. Here is how you get the best of each trait. Productivity, very high, only comes from the kamikaze bee. If you wear one of these comb helmets, you can either buy them from a villager, or use a silk touch on a hive and combine them with a diamond helmet. When a mob attacks you, a kamikaze bee may be spawned. Catch them quick because they will dive bomb at the thing that attacked you. Weather tolerance. Water bees found by fishing in rivers can work in all weather types, whether it be raining or thunderstorming or nice and sunny out. Behavior. Diurnal means that they work during the day. Nocturnal means they work during the night. Metaternal means they work during the day and the night. To get these, you just want to leave a bee outside for a few Minecraft days. I recommend using a lead so the bees don't fly off. I'm going to assume you will end up using simulation upgrades, so you can ignore temper and endurance. Though if you do want the best endurance, obsidian bees are the way to go. Extracting traits. There are two ways to extract traits from bees. The Pokey upgrade, which you can place in an advanced beehive, is safe. Every time the bee comes in and out of the hive, or is simulated to come in and out of the hive, random tiny bits of DNA will be collected. However, this is slow, so you could go for the darker option, and that is Squishing Bees. Using a piston and a bottler, you can squish a bee into Squish Bee material. Put the Squish Bee material through a centrifuge, and you will get a lot of all 6 of the bee's traits. However, you will have to say goodbye to this little guy. Using traits. Combine DNA with honey treats. Feed them to bees or use them in incubators. Or, if you've got a species trait, use them in an incubator with a chicken egg to get yourself a bee spawn egg. You can stack traits into stronger versions, combining lower percentages to make higher percentages. Use an indexer plus a redstone signal to auto-combine traits together. I usually go with very high productivity, any weather, and metaternal behavior. And yes, you can apply multiple traits per treat. The Wannabee, one of the rarest and most powerful bees in productive bees. First thing you're going to want to do is get yourself some amber bees. You can find the spawn egg for amber bees in ocean ruins by using a brush. These amber bees will fly around and trap mobs in amber. Simulated amber bees can trap a mob as long as it is in the 1 block space in front of the hive. These amber encased mobs are needed as the Wannabee's pollination item. As a side note, they do not work in feeding slabs. Special bees. Some bees don't produce combs. They generate items directly. Here's some examples. Lumber bee. The lumber bee can produce logs. Quarry bee. The quarry bee can produce clay, dirt, etc. The Wannabee. The Wannabee produces mob drops for whatever mob is trapped in the amber encased that it is pollinating off. For example, an amber encased wither will produce nether stars. Miscellaneous machines. The catcher. The catcher will capture bees into bee cages within a certain range. You can increase this range with range upgrades, and you can use baby upgrades, or the opposite of baby upgrades, to either capture adults or baby bees. Recommended logistics mods. Once you're up and running, you'll need to automate. These are my top 3 logistics mods to work with productive bees. Modular routers, Super Factory Manager, Applied Energistics 2. My Fresh World plan. Find some vanilla bees. Use a campfire and some trapdoors for some honeycombs and some honey bottles. Make some bee cages to capture those bees. Craft a hive. Upgrade to an advanced hive plus expansion box. Trap the bees nearby with some flowers to get more honey. Fish for some water bees. Trap a skeleton while wearing the comb helmet. Use a catcher plus the range upgrades to capture my kamikaze bees. Squish as many of the kamikaze bees as I can to get 2 100% very high productivity traits. Apply them to the water bees. Keep the water bees outside until they become metaternal. Breed the water bees together to get myself many water bees. Automatically grow those water bees up to be adult bees. You cannot squish child bees. Squish down the adult water bees to get more of the very high any metaternal traits. Go into the end and kill the ender dragon. Use a dragon egg in a feeding slab in the overworld for the draconic bees. use draconic combs to get materials for the productivity upgrades. Use a second breeder to get every bee, including the Wannabee. Trap mobs in amber, even the wither. The only item which is not possible to automate right now, which is very important to productive bees, is the Heart of the Sea. However, if you have a mod like Occultism installed, you can use a amber trapped possessed Elder Guardian and a Wannabee, which will guarantee a Heart of the Sea. Finally, I would use something like Super Factory Manager to automate the whole progress and build a massive bee empire, the code for which is on my Discord. A huge thanks to Lobster John for this incredible mod and all its wild mechanics that it brings to the world of modded Minecraft. That's everything for today. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.